What's up, guys? John from Heavyset Tactical here. Was not planning on doing a video. Today's the first day off of the week for me, so I'm kind of relaxing today. This showed up in the mail today, and it's not my first Mora, but this is the first Mora Bushcrafter Black that I've ever had. And I've always wanted to check out their Bushcrafter. These are, affordable, kind of throw one in your truck and one in your backpack knives. This is a companion type knife. This is not a survival knife. I would not, I would not just have this. I'd have this in a hatchet or this in a bigger knife. This is a 9.25 inch overall length, 4.25 inch, so 9 1/4, 4 1/4. It's a high carbon steel with a really great, actually really great tungsten DLC coating on the blade. So it's not one of those crappy spray on, really agitated spray on coatings that I don't like, that wear off almost immediately. I thumped on this thing for the better part of 2.5 hours outside. Logs, pressure treated, soft wood, hardwood, and this thing held, the coating held up great. There's a little bit of sap on there, but that's about it. And that one tiny little nick. Which isn't even a nick. It's a little roll right there. I'm seeing now with the light on it. So anyway, it is a 5-inch handle, a 4.25 inch, and 9 1/4 overall. It's 7 ounces, about 7.2 ounces is what it says online, but I think it's a little lighter than that. If I were to guess, I'd probably say 8 or 7. I'll have to weigh it then. But it's a full. Not full, a really well done Scandi grind on this thing. It is not a convex. It is a true Scandi, perfect flat sided A Scandi grind as opposed to a convexed. And it's got this really sharp 90-degree spine on the back, super sharp for striking a ferro rod. It would do that great. When I shot some video in my barn, I didn't have one, so I scraped a stick so you could really see the fibers that were coming up. Now, again, watch the sharpness. This is the sharpness out of the box edge. Did not even strop this like I normally would most knives. And this is after me thumping on it for two and a half hours. Not even skipping a beat. This thing is still razor sharp. I don't know how, because it's not a premium steel. And I like I said, at the end of this segment of the video, there is a couple of things of B-roll of me actually using this knife. But I got so much enjoyment out of this, and the plastic, this polymer rubberized handle gives you such a good grab on this knife for carving and doing whatever you really need to do with it. It's very shock resistant, and the grip you can get on there. If you wanted to choke up, you could almost come out on that notch a little bit, but it's not necessary. Most of the work I did was using this belly from here to here, was very effective. And so again, I wanted to give you guys a close-up of the knife, and then I did shoot a little bit of footage of me using it to baton some pressure treated, because I had to come in because it was dark out. And great 90-degree spine, slight drop point, just an excellent knife. Comes with a sheath, kind of a crappy sheath. You could use this belt clip, or it has a belt loop, plastic belt loop. A little bit of rattle to it. Not really. A little bit there. But again, the sheath I knew was going to be crap. The knife I knew isn't the best, but it's very functional. It is very usable. Very light, very strong. It is not a full tang. It's a stick tang that comes in. So the metal, if it was a full tang, the same piece of metal that the blade is, would run along the outside edge here in the center, and you'd be able to see it protruding from the end. Instead, they have some plastic sticking out the end there. And it is hard plastic. You could hammer a 10 peg in a little bit with it for sure. But it almost has like a tactical-esque kind of feeling to it, with this nice finger guard. And the grip that you get from that rubber handle is so great. I was so blown away, guys, that I had to shoot this video, real randomly. So again, if you want to just see me using it, fast forward a little bit. But I wanted to take the time, the guys I love watching, from DBK to Gideon's Tactical to, Choir Boys, Donnie All Day, everybody. Cedric and Ada. All these channels are so great, but the most of them talk about Mora knives like they're a national treasure. And I always understood that, but I didn't get to really use one to carve and do some wood tasks with. So I figured I'd grab the black. A couple days ago, I bought it online, and it just came today. And I'm just, again, I was so blown away at the ability of this little knife. It is a companion blade. I would take it with a larger one, or it's a great blade to kind of use with your kids, your son or daughter, to kind of start teaching them to respect blades and how to use them to carve and to do camp tasks or survival tasks. It would be great in that role because it's very light. It's like 8.2 ounces. I think it's a little lighter than that, but online it says 8.2 or 7.2. Sorry, 7.2 ounces. So again, great knife, and I just had such a blast using it. It's embarrassing to say that some of the $200, $300, $400 knives I have, they are so much more strong and long lasting. But as far as like really small sticks or making tent pegs or small use stuff, the grind on this thing is just excellent. Excellent. And there's no give in it. I thought this one was going to be a little bendy, maybe. No bend in it, no give in it. When I was pressing hard, I didn't feel that tang adjust at all. Just an excellent knife. So, again, the Mora Bushcraft Black, super cheap. I'll put a link in the description. On Blade HQ right now, they're $41.99. On Amazon, I think I paid like $35 or $36 for it. And that's with this sheath. With the other version, you can get, it comes with like a, kind of like a goofy sharpening thing on the back and a fire stick holder. But again, I just wanted to thump on one and try it out. No intention on making a video for it. Just wanted it to keep in my truck door. But this thing is frickin' awesome. So again, like always, stay safe, stay heavy. And right now, we're going to show you guys some B-roll of me using the knife. Thanks, guys. Finally got myself a Mora Bushcrafter Black carbon steel blade. I wanted to test out these knives and just see how comfortable this thing is and see what all the hype is about. So I'm just hitting on some, cranking on this thing on some pressure treated. And this thing is just up to the task for breaking down kindling, carving, feather sticking, everything I've done with it so far, it's been really great at. And again, I think the Bushcrafter Black right now is $30. Probably get it on Amazon. And it is just excellent for small tasks, even some hard ones. And it has so much bite in it with that Scandi grind. I mean, it's a pretty excellent little knife. I can't lie. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys what I thought about it. And again, I'm just out in the barn cranking on this thing. Handle's really comfortable. I don't see any foreseeable issues with it as far as comfort and use. I think the only issue might be with the longevity. I know it's a stick tang, and if I really, if I hammered this into a tree and stood on it, it would pull the stick tang out. But if you're not stressing it and kind of just using it for its intended purposes, small fire making skills, got a really sharp 90-degree edge on it for fire sticks or for ferro rods and scraping tasks. It's kind of a great little knife, and I'm really enjoying it. So I just wanted to put that out there. So now I adjusted, and I broke down a branch off my maple, because I just want to show you guys the application of this knife for tent pegs and minor even kind of major batoning. It's got this excellent bite to it, and if you get out on the belly here, you can really just kind of pick away at it. And then notching with this thing, if I were to watch how far it'll come in on this wood here. It'll come in, about a quarter of the way. Push cut it out for notching. And again, I'm right just on that belly. Push cut, notch out, and then one more, maybe a third. Take a nice deep layer out. And again, I'm just working that notch out. Takes beautifully, beautiful control with this knife. And I was skeptical about the Moras just because I'm very hard on things. And for notching out tent pegs and doing things of that nature, to small carving tasks and whittling, to feather sticking. This is going to be excellent at feather sticking. But yeah, it is an all-around just monster of a knife if you need it to be, and I'm really excited because I just got my first Mora. I know everybody talks about them, and I know everybody loves them, and I mean, that's crazy, man. It'll just eat wood. Everybody talks about these knives like they are, like a national treasure, and especially for scraping tasks, I can totally see why. Look at all that great. I mean, these things are excellent woodworking knives. Super comfortable handles. The ergos on this thing, the ergonomics of this handle are really great. If you want to choke up on it, you can choke up pretty far, but I'm a big fan with some of my LT Wright knives. I really like to use my thumb on the tip there and actually use that belly, that front belly there. I think that it's a great place to get leverage. It's really excellent for running down a push cut for notching. But yeah, so again, just wanted to take a second for you guys and just tell you how great the Mora Garberg Black, or I'm sorry, Garberg, I probably said that a bunch of times. The Mora Bushcrafter Black. It's about half the price of the Garberg, but it's the same Mora's same carbon steel with the black coating, and I like it. It's reflective a little bit. It's not their spray on heavy paint coating. So yeah, just loving this thing. I really wish that the sheath was just a little better, or I could find a better sheath for it. Comes with this plastic slide-in sheath. That's the cheaper option. No good push-off point. You just kind of pull it right out. It's got decent retention. Rattles a little bit. But, yeah, just a cool little knife. So, as always, guys, stay safe and stay heavy.